Yo, Snapchats, do you ever notice, and just stop for a second and just notice all the people around you that are all plugged in, like cyborgs with their sunglasses on, earbuds in, staring down at their phones, totally isolated from... I mean, they always say the Earth's flat and we're now more connected than we have ever been in history, but it's kind of bullshit. Like, you know, you walk down the street, you don't even say hello to most people, and that's kind of the average norm. And yeah, some days you really couldn't be fucked dealing with people and, you know, being polite and actually talking. You just want to be in your own little world and, like, ignore everything. But other days, I'm super hyper aware of what's happening. I mean, some days it's like, you walk down the street, like I go walk down here to get morning coffee and do this video thing, and it's like everyone's silent. They're all plugged in, walking like drones. And commuters are the worst, man. Like, I don't have a normal job, so I don't usually commute, but every time I do catch a train up to Sydney during peak hour, holy fuck, that's insightful. I mean, doesn't anyone else think it's weird that 40 people are still in a train right next to each other with earphones plugged in, completely silent, no eye contact, just on their devices, feeding the machine? I mean, I'm just as bad. I'll sit there and, like, I won't say anything, but I'll have this, like, inner kind of gut feeling of, like, oh shit, I probably should, like, talk to this person. I should actually, you know, just at least say hi, and I don't. So why don't we? Well, at a fundamental level, I kind of, like, boil everything back down to evolution. So we are primates, we are monkeys, essentially, and we're fearful. Usually we grew up in tribes where we knew each other, we knew everyone around us. So it comes down to that whole, like, fight or flight response that's kind of innate in all of us. So this is where I think technology can actually mediate this problem that's a deep-seated evolutionary issue. So Facebook is great at connecting you and your friends, but it's kind of really fucking useless at connecting you to random people who you might actually have common interests with, or common personalities, or some interest in like. And that's just analysing the pure online factor. Like, the way I'd love the internet to work is I have a thought, I put it out there, and then I'm immediately connected to other people who have had similar thoughts or who can add to that thought. Or instantly connected to people with differing opinions if you want to have a debate and actually, like, learn from each other and find mutual ground. Like, that's really hard to do. Or dating apps, like, they should just be automatic. They shouldn't just be this manual process of, like, swiping through people to find, you know, who you want to be with. It should know a perfect match for you. But anyway, solving the issue of, like, randoms locally that you don't want to talk to, this is where something like augmented reality can come in really handy. Everyone's wearing these visors and it kind of intros you to each other. Like, it frustrates me walking down the street and walking past people and I'm like, who the fuck are these people? I don't know any of them. Whereas if I could look at them and it shows a hover and it says, oh, this person's, you know, Joe and he's interested in this. Or it could be like, this is Mary and she's actually really interested in similar stuff that you're interested in. Or, you know, she's just, she's working on something that solves a problem that you've had in the past week. Awesome, why doesn't it do that? Well, that'll only work when we're all wearing augmented reality glasses on a daily basis. They're, you know, untethered and they're just like nice and normal, look like normal glasses. But that can actually be fixed now with meshnet network through smartphones. I mean, we all have smartphones in our pockets, but you'll notice, if you've ever been on a train and there's no reception, you'll very quickly notice how actually unconnected we are because all the phones in our pockets can't talk to each other around them. So to solve that problem, there are a few apps out there that actually enable mesh networking so that the phones can talk to each other without having to go to a central tower and, like, to a central server. But they're disparate. Unless everyone on that train carriage, when the reception goes out, has that app installed and knows what to do, you know, it has that behavior of like, oh, it's gone, so let's, like, open up this mesh app net. It doesn't happen, it won't work. So what I really want to see is something like Facebook or WhatsApp or even like the Android operating system, the iOS operating system, to have that mesh networking feature built in by default on all phones. I mean, it's really strange that we all have these incredibly smart devices in our pockets, but they don't talk to each other, and they can only talk to a central server. So why can't we have the mesh net automatically by default? So imagine if Facebook provided, like, dynamic, localized social networks. So you open up the normal Facebook app, and suddenly you can interact with people around you. You can play games with them, you can chat with them, you can see their updates, stuff like that. You'd obviously do it in a secure way so no data is compromised and people aren't, you know, stalked or whatever. And you can make it opt-in, of course. But I think it'd just be amazing. So snap your thoughts, it'd change the world.